Back in 2011, Reed Hastings walked into a Hollywood meeting room and did something that seemed completely crazy. He put $100 million on the table for a TV show. Here's the catch. He'd never read the script, never watched a pilot. Hell, he didn't even know if the show would actually be any good. The big studios in LA thought he'd lost his mind. HBO passed. AMC walked away. Their reasoning? Buying a show blind was reckless, like throwing darts in the dark and hoping something sticks. But here's the thing. Reed wasn't taking a shot in the dark. He had an ace up his sleeve. While Hollywood was still trusting their gut feelings and industry hunches, Netflix had something far more powerful. They had your data. To really understand why Netflix made this wild bet, you need to know what they were dealing with in 2011. They were in a tight spot. Netflix didn't actually own any of the shows and movies on their platform. They were basically middlemen, shelling out millions to borrow content from Disney, Sony, and Warner Brothers. But here's where it gets tricky. The studios started waking up to the fact that Netflix wasn't just some harmless rental service anymore. They were becoming serious competition. So what did the studios do? They jacked up the prices. Ted Sarandos, Netflix's chief content officer, saw the writing on the wall. We're building a house on rented land. If the studios decided to yank their content tomorrow, Netflix would be left holding an empty bag. They had to own their own stuff. They needed to become creators, not just curators. But making TV shows is brutal. Most of them crash and burn. If Netflix dropped $100 million on a dud, especially after the whole Quickster disaster had already shaken investor confidence, it could sink the company. They couldn't just roll the dice and hope for the best. They needed to stack the odds in their favor. This is where the story gets interesting. Netflix had something traditional studios didn't. Mountains of data from 30 million users. Every time someone hit play, paused for a bathroom break, or rewound to catch a line they missed, Netflix was watching. They knew what people loved, what kept them glued to the screen, and exactly when they started losing interest. Their number crunchers spotted something fascinating. 3 specific tastes kept overlapping in their audience. Circle 1. Tons of people were obsessed with anything David Fincher directed. Circle 2. Those same folks couldn't get enough of Kevin Spacey's performances. Circle 3. And get this, they'd also binge through the original British version of this political thriller called House of Cards. The pattern was undeniable. It didn't matter what the exact storyline would be. The numbers were screaming one thing: put Fincher, Spacey, and a political drama together, and you've got gold. Netflix didn't need to waste time and money on a pilot episode. The data had already done the testing for them. When the rights to House of Cards hit the market, HBO and AMC came to the table. But they played by the old rules. Their pitch to the producers was textbook Hollywood. Make us a pilot. If people like it, maybe we'll order a full season. That's how it had always been done. Play it safe, test the waters first. Then Netflix walked in and flipped the script entirely. They went straight to David Fincher with an offer he couldn't refuse. Forget the pilot. We don't need to see the script. We're ready to commit right now to 2 full seasons. That's 26 episodes guaranteed. The price tag? A cool $100 million. Fincher was stunned. He actually asked if they wanted to see what they were buying first. Netflix's response was ice cold. We've run the numbers. We know our audience. Just like that, the deal was done. HBO couldn't match that kind of confidence and speed. Netflix won, but now they had to prove they weren't bluffing. February 1st, 2013. The day television changed forever. For decades, TV shows had dropped 1 episode per week. The logic was simple. Keep people hooked for months, maximize ad dollars, drag out the suspense. But Netflix didn't run ads. They didn't care about spreading things out. What they cared about was keeping subscribers happy and engaged. And they knew something the networks didn't want to admit. People hate waiting. So Netflix did something radical. They dropped all 13 episodes of season 1 at once. Binge-watching went from a guilty pleasure to a cultural phenomenon overnight. The critics said it would kill the conversation, that people would burn through the show in a weekend and cancel their subscriptions. They were dead wrong. People did watch it fast, but then they told everyone they knew to sign up so they could talk about it. House of Cards wasn't just a hit show. It was proof that Netflix's whole crazy idea actually worked. It became the first streaming-only series to score major Emmy nominations. That was huge. It meant Netflix wasn't just some tech company playing around in entertainment anymore. They were a legitimate threat to giants like HBO. That $100 million gamble, it changed everything. Because it worked, Netflix kept doubling down on the data-driven playbook. It led them to bet on 80s nostalgia with Stranger Things. It pushed them to invest big in international content like Squid Game. It opened the door to dominating stand-up comedy. These days, Netflix burns through billions every year on original content, but it all traces back to that one audacious move. It proved that sometimes cold hard data beats decades of industry experience. Hollywood is still trying to catch up with the algorithms. If you want to understand the business strategies shaping the world, make sure to subscribe.